What is going on, people of YouTube? My name is Kurtyoy and welcome back to a brand new video. Now today is a bit of a special one. It's the start, finally, of my brand new series that was sort of meant to take the place of Done Deal, but things have come in the way, life happens, and it's been delayed. Another thing that might be delayed until early morning tomorrow or after the Fantasy Premier League deadline is my weekend preview. That is in the works, but bear with me, it's been a stressful few days, been very busy, so these videos might be pressed out one after another. I do apologise if your sub box explodes from these three videos, but FPL-EN, what is it? Well, it's FPL Emergency News. Fantasy Premier League Emergency News is what it stands for. Flipping is something that, yeah, never mind. But basically, I'm going to be going over different things that have happened over the week and just how it could impact your team. So, injuries next week. This week's just going to be injuries to test the waters, see how much work I need to put into it. Next week, it might have price falls and price gains as well as suspensions, different players that are coming back, and all that sort of stuff. But this week's just injuries, and we're going to cover all the different knocks, the slightly more serious knocks, and also the injuries that are definite confirmed out for this game week. And let's start off with the confirmed injuries. We're going to start off with someone that's only got 0.2% select percentage, Nathan Dyer. He's having an injury. He's having an operation for an ankle injury. I'm reading this off a spreadsheet, by the way. He is out until the 19th of November at the earliest, so that is when he will possibly be back. But for the 0.2% of people, I'd say get him out. It doesn't cost too much. There's cheaper, good options around him. Another one that's out at 0.2% is Face Jones. Phil Jones himself, Manchester United. He's out until 15th of October with a knee injury. So, a centre-back option gone, but I'm sure United will be fine without him with Blind, Smalling and Bailey. Moving on from there, we've got John Terry, who is out until next week with an ankle injury, selected by 4.2% of people, and he's £6 million defender. David Luiz could come in, maybe could even cement his place in the first team. Although, I do think Terry will return. So, for this week he's out, maybe even weeks beyond. It's worth noticing that one. And lastly, Pap Soiree, really unfortunately in a car accident. He's going to be out until at least 18th of March. So, it's not looking good for him. So I'd move him out of your teams because he's only going to go down. Only selected by 1% of people, but there's better options. There's Joel Ward, and I believe Martin Kelly's going to fill in the right back slot now. So yeah, all the best wishes and everything, but unfortunate for 1% of people that probably had him as a differential. But that's all the major injuries gone. Who are we potentially going to be missing? Well, 25% chance of making the game week is David Silva. He has unfortunately picked up a knock. He's selected by 3% of people, 3.6% of people, so it's not looking good for the owners of him. Good news is that you could see maybe a cheaper alternative coming. Gundogan played in the Champions League, so maybe Gundogan and Fernandinho playing there. Maybe more attacking option. Maybe they'll move Sterling or someone into the centre, have Leroy Sané come in for him and just move De Bruyne back into central midfield. Who knows what they can do with that. And at 50%, we've got Henrik Mkhitaryan, who, let's face it, after the performance against City, was he going to play anyway? He comes in with a thigh injury. 50% chance of making it. It's about 2% of people. He's gone down to 9.1 million. I'd say leave him for this week. If he doesn't play again, he could go down to 9 million. If he starts getting into his first team then, he's gone down a whole 0.5 million. And to the people who selected him at the start then, well, I can only apologise for, what has been quite an awful start for his ownership figures. But we've got quite a few 75% chance of making it players. I'm going to go over the ones that don't have much of an ownership. So we've got Diouf from Stoke, 0.4% on a knock. He's not, he might make it, might not. Jordan Rhodes, who hasn't really done anything yet. He's also out of a knee injury, 0.4% ownership. You've got Theo Walcott at 2.3% of a knee injury, so he might not make the game week. You've also got Connor Wickham. But let's face it, Benteke is going to play. 0.6, he picked up a knock. Then we've got some key ones. Simpson could be not featuring. He's selected by 2% of people, but he picks up a knock, I believe, in the Champions League game. So that's the alternative there. I believe the alternative they have is Luis Hernandez, who didn't start off their Premier League campaign very well in centre-back, and they're lost to Hull. But the big two, I'm thinking, are Stuani, who was owned by 5.5% of people. He's got a groin injury, 75% chance of making it. He's been a hit with the FPL manager, has gone up a whole 0.2%. And I think he might not make this. I don't think it'll be worth risking it. They've got other options to play there, and it may even give chance to, if Jordan Rhodes, if he's fit, to come in. But for now, I'd say stay away from Stuani. And the biggest one for this week, I did mention Eric Bailly earlier. He could be missing the game week as well. He is selected by 15% of people, including this guy, and he unfortunately has picked up a knock. 75% chance of making the game week. Who knows if he's going to make it? 75% chance is such a touch and go area. Sometimes managers risk them, sometimes they don't. Sometimes the injury is gone by the time the game week comes. Like for a good, I think until the England game at least, Kyle Walker was 75% chance through illness, and everyone knew he was just going to come back. He felt a bit sick, went off that game, but we never know. And Eric Bailly's really weird. He's not actually scheduled to play. I've actually got him on my bench against Watford because I do think Watford will get at least a goal, but he is out injured, so it's worth noting that. Maybe a chance for Smalling to get back in, maybe a chance for even a cheaper defender to get back in if Jones maybe is fit, but for now I'd say keep Bailey in the team. If he doesn't play, look at alternatives. Depending on how many people transfer him out, his price might go down, but keep an eye on that one. And that's about that for FPLEN flipping emergency news. Hopefully you'll enjoy it, and again, this is a very alpha basic sort of concept. I will expand it, different sections, faster paced more often, and all that sort of business. But if it goes down well, then I'll sure to be continuing this series. It'll be out probably, latest probably half an hour to an hour before the game week starts. So I believe it's 7 o'clock tonight. It'll be out at least at 6 o'clock, or at least an hour before, whether it's Saturday or Friday, start of the game week. That being said, guys, thank you all for watching. I hope you have enjoyed. And one last thing, Dembele is back, so Harry Kane's scoring boots are back. Thank you all for watching, and peace.